All right, so I just covered a whole bunch of those different media platforms that at least I'm familiar with that I think are going to be mainstay throughout the next couple of years at least, okay? Now, when we're talking about those social media platforms, the display ads, the emails, whatever the case may be, remember, we're not trying to directly hit buyers. Of course, you can have a portion of your resources constantly contacting buyers. It's always good to have some direct deals coming through. But the fact is, you really want to, if you're trying to build a partnership here, a channel partnership network, you want to have those resources focused on the people that you want to have working with you. It's kind of like sending job adverts out, right? Like if you're a recruitment consultant or a headhunter, you want as many people interested in working with you as possible, so you can cherry pick who's a best fit for you. And of course, if they're standalone companies, they are going to really be taking on the heavy grunt work when it comes to paying those marketing fees. And they're also going to, if you're going to be working with a whole host of them, you'll know which marketing efforts are working better than others, and you'll be able to help each and every one of them and help share that information. Or you also know how you can adapt and create products to suit certain marketing campaigns that are being very successful or being very highly used out there. So, gives you a lot of options to work with. In terms of a practical execution, that's really what I'm talking about. And it's really focusing on designing your deal, having that structure in place, your scalability, and your deployment plan for its distribution. Because I'm going to say this here because I'm going to transpose this now into something you may or may not know. It's something called AIDA. Well, it's a very old marketing term. It's a funnel. I'm going to show it to you on the next slide here. AIDA is attention, interest, desire, action. Very similar to this prospect here, my DSSD example. You're designing your deal, that's grabbing the attention. The structure and how much, in terms of you presenting this to a potential partner, you're saying, this is how much we're going to make, this is how much, this is where the money goes in and out, this is how much is available for you. That's going to develop that interest. Okay, you're showing them that there could be a lot of money that they could be making. As far as your scalability, that's tapping into desire. Desire is really getting them that to really want to be engaged with your business, right? So scalability in this case is, this is how much supply we have. This is our potential market. This is what we can hit immediately. This is what we can hit over time if we have this kind of resource. That's going to build up that desire. And your distribution plan, your deployment strategy is really where they can take action, because that's where they can jump in. So AIDA works very, very well with how, in terms of explaining what DSSD is, but also it refers to a lot of other things. So let me show you here. So if you look at this funnel, this is how it's actually explained. This is not my interpretation of it. This is AIDA. Attention, interest, desire, action. Okay. Now, if you're looking at a flyer, for instance, I mean, and the reason I'm saying this is because it's relevant to you every single one of your communications as soon as you're in business. When it comes to emailing potential distributors, contacting buyers, producing videos, producing anything that's some kind of a communication to a buyer group or a partner, you're going to be following this. Even if it's a video, the beginning of your video, you want to get that attention, develop that interest, build up the desire, and show them how to buy it, right? Same thing if you're looking at a sales page like this. The top here has got to be this big attention grabbing statement. You could be using colors. It could be a picture, whatever it is. It's something to grab the attention, then something to develop the interest, right? Maybe you're going to future pace them. Hey, listen, if you buy this in the future, this is what's going to happen, or down the road, this is what's going to happen. I'll give you an example. Let me backtrack to the private equity example when I was using the self-directed IRAs as a way to get cash into the business or investment into the business to build up and buy these different real estate options in the parking sector. The attention would be, JP Morgan pulled 500 billion out of the market. Interest would be, the last time they did this was right around 2006, 2007. Where the market crashed, and the next part would be, as far as desire is concerned, learn how to safeguard your money, learn how to protect your capital, move it out of the markets. The markets are dangerous. Learn how to protect your money. Contact us now for a free consultation. Right. So that's going by AIDA. So AIDA is really how you communicate anything, even when it comes to your business strategy. Because really DSSD, if you notice in the way that I constantly explain what it is, if you do the due diligence, you take the time to build your business and you group it into this fashion, the people that you're going to be presenting it to are going to be receiving it in this fashion. You're catching their interest. You're catching their attention. You're building that interest, that burning desire, and you're showing them how it's actionable. It works the same way for you catching those distributors, as well as it is super important for all of your marketing. If you look at some of our brochures, just what we had in our private equity business, they were like brochures for like a travel destination, as opposed to the typical investment thesis style looking offering memorandums that exist, where it was just one front page and like 70 pages of just boring black and white text. We would actually have ours look quite fancy because we were always trying to get their attention on every single page, because we know how boring the information can be. It can be just repetitive. It could be number crunching. We could be trying to like make points of really small nuances in the business. So we had to always on every single page try and get their attention, interest, desire, and action to turn the page to the next one. Super important that you get familiar with this, because it's going to help you in every area of your business life, especially when it comes to marketing and of course attracting those distributors, which leads me to our next module. And that is, how do you find your distributors? Let me give you some practical ways of actually going out and getting them. So I'll see you there.